Good afternoon. Good evening. Yeah. Do you do the medicine with the puja for the wounded sister?
We haven't done the medicine Buddha.
The short one, that one I wrote, but also there's a short one translated for a long time ago. By Gajin is Dalton.
So we can do the short
for her,
medicine Buddha.
Yeah, sure. That can be done for her. But please include Kashwari. What's his name?
Molly.
Huh?
Molly Weissman.
Marcus. Marcus, his life is very dangerous, in my observation. When he was taking the wrong life initiation, he took the obstacle what Wilong had from Malaysia. He took on him, and he felt some spirit interact him, and so that's what he got kind of sick, and so of course general practice is then that's what you enjoy most for practice, for lojong practice. Not only wishing, praying, but you actually experience this sickness, then you that's the most happiness. You succeed. So that's the lojong. So it's like very dangerous. So see, I can liberate 4 goats in Nepal. We have an animal sanctuary. Kapan. 2 years before there was 25 goats, no, 50 goats. 50 goats. Now they were different animals. Now I don't know, because they die also. They have a stupa to go around, and then also a speaker to mantras, and the Shiram at the what put on the head is I don't know how much it has, many millions or even to prepare the karma. So that's supposed to be every day, maybe 2 times, I don't know. Or they do not, I'm not sure. Because there's no car road, so I went there 2 times before, but many years ago, but there's no car road, so they said road is no good, so I didn't get to go there. So before I went there 2 times to get the place or to recite mantra for the animal. So then the rest is insects or creatures. You can liberate insects. Just to give you an example, liberate 1,000 crickets where they feed with us. I don't know, the animals, the eels or what. So you feed. So plastic bag, it's only half. 1,000 is only half. So that is very easy, very cheap. It's very easy to. Many animals. I mean, you can buy, even though it's become very little, but I mean, you can buy 100, 200 like that. Small insects, very cheap. So it's fantastic because they can go around the stupa, whole object, so they get a benefit. They plant seed of enlightenment. Unbelievable, which is kind of impossible thing that happened for them. There are numberless in the forest. I mean, they don't get opportunity. So anyway, that was a long time ago in Hong Kong. At the time I was carrying relics. Some relics I was carrying, so I set up there in the outside, so to take them around. So as I said, they enlightened me, I enlightened them. So that so maybe the girl who liberated so many animals here, I met her yesterday, so yeah, maybe depends how many the small insects work. Maybe the rest, the bigger, then she can take care. So like that. So I was hoping to help her to. She said she wanted to buy she wanted to tie a statue for the animal to go around. But I thought to buy 8 stupa from Italy. I bought one for Vajrayana Center in Italy, and they have a new house and they have 8 stupa. So that's quite, it's not big, but it's not small. It's a good one, very good one for the center of people to go around. So it's quite long. So I thought to have that in her place. So she has many animals, and so it's some distance go around, so easier. Each time, so the stupas should have many tattas. It can't be empty, so many tattas. So that's one tattva, one Buddha. Then it's by going around, you get cause of enlightenment. So how many tattas inside? Then there means number of cause of enlightenment you create. So maybe hoping like that. Okay. So maybe I'll start this, from the Heart Sutra. Then Heart Sutra, Vajrasabha, generating Vajrayogini, blessing Trama, invite the guest, make offering. Offering to the deity, to the guest, and then drum offering to the deities. Then there's drum offering to the Gombo Magala Kurshal, the one who Kurshal is the one who carrying long stick in Makala in the hand, that one. But that I don't know the prayer. Crucial. Okay, anyway. So then prayer to the skeleton protector. The kata. One bit kida. Nanjima one bit. Tuda tibe. Rangumune. Then Droman skeleton protector. Yeah, then after the lineage lamas, you can pray to the lineage lamas, the mandala. So that's you have to know if the lama giving commentary with the traditional advices, if offering to the deity like this, if the disciple going to give commentary to the other people, then you need to make the drama offerings before the teaching. You need to do that. It is also in the teachings. But if the disciple not giving commentary to others, but then I think maybe it doesn't need. But this is how all the lamas they do when they give all the lamas, when they do this preliminary prayers. Dharma offering is done once or in the text. If the disciples are giving commentary to others, they must do these things. But if not, it's just just explain the teachings. I mean, Dharma offering, all that, maybe not necessary. But if the disciple is going to pass through the commentary to others, then it says must do. So like that. That's the one reason I saw. But at the end of the teaching, there's a mandala. There's a few words. Do you have those verses? End of the teaching, there's a mandala. After the few verses, but I didn't find that. I have a text of when you give teaching, those prayers what to be recited, but I could not find. Yeah, I don't think you have. Yeah? In Tibetan? Oh, that's good. Then after the end of the teaching, end the mandala, when you start, then mandala, then recite that. Then, yeah, I don't know about how. So, you start the something. Maybe maybe you need to write down. I need that. I didn't find it. Okay. Okay. Oh. They should be here. Then in there already. Then are there already. Correct. So, Sangye Mari. Emma Sangye Emma Chu. Shiva, Oh.
Emma Sangye Emma Chu Shepani Ngatsache Yangda Deni Dakveda Jan Shusem La Chakselo.
Allez. Laborsu. Gumbata Jira. The court quite few prayers it might take into tomorrow night.
Quite a few prayers, yes.
This is to be recited. Sorry.
There is one verse, Ngudub June, Jin Lapter, Sanwa Le Kyang, Sanwa Che. And then 21, page 21.
Yeah.
Yes. Yes, page 21, I think.
Yeah. Lama Dhamma Chumden
Shijek Padra Champa Yangda Pazope Sange Rikpada Jashudenpa Deva Jepa Jitenkya Kebil way Kalogyo Alana Me Palada Minam Kitampa Sange Chumde Pelgyawa Shakya Tupala Chakselo Chedo Kyapso Cheo
Lama Tongwa.
Chumbrande de Shinjakpa Dra Chompa Yang Dakpa Zope Sange Rikpada Jashudempa Deva Shepa
Jiten Jamba Jio De Kalo
Jowa Lana Mepa Ladang Minam Kitamba Sangye Chum Pelgyewa Shakya Tupala Chaksalo Chedo Kyapso Chiwo
Lama Tomba
Chumdende de Shinjakpa Dra Chompa
Yang Dava
Zope
Zare
Rikpada Jashudempa Deva Shepa Jitenkyapa Kyebilduwe Kalogyowa Lana Mepa Ladang Minam Kitam Sangye Chumdende Pelgyewa Shakya Tupala Chaksalo Chedo Kyapso Chiwo
Kante Kanyen Zo Jitsam Se
Sachandila Gompa Dumbone Ngani Jikdan Dina Chokche Sun Ditse Kepe Kyula Chak Salo Namda Kuna Choktu Zungzawa Yeshek Yaso Sengi Limpodra Nrapa Jikten Sumna Lamewa Gumpo Chonye Kyula Chak Salo Tencho Dempa Drime Dadum Sedo Drava Kyula Chak Selo Dildra Kyuda Samya Bunchi Name Kyenchel Hula Chak Selo Gumpo Tuje Chen Bempa Tamche Kempa Tumpapo Sunam Yunteng Gyatsu Shin Deshin Shella Chak Selo Dape Ducha Drawag Ngeweng and Solidro Shin Chito Dundam Chokyopa Shigyo Chula Chak Selo Dulne Drove Lam Yantun Lapa Dakla Raptune Shinge Dampa Yuntende Ngedun Yalang Chak Selo Dipachi Yamija Shingewa Pinsun Sopachi Rangi Semni Yongsudu Dine Singe Jempayin
So, look at all the phenomena, but particularly one's own family, friend, enemy, one's own family, second, one's possession, third, your own body that cherishes most, then numberless sentient beings. Numberless Buddha, numberless sentient beings. Cherish your body most. So that, particularly that. So it means the object of your attachment. So particularly think of that. That's the kind of the object to think, to use these verses. So the rest may be easy, but common to look at everything, the nature, the ultimate nature, emptiness. In action, object, all that. Then Rabrib is my translation is a defective view. Because in the philosophical teaching, visions while you're eating food, and dripping your hair in the food, like that wrong view. Not happen, but you have vision like that. So you see, so I want to introduce you to know Rabrib. So you see, you see, what is I is nothing, but what is meaning interpreted by mind is extremely subtle. So action, object, all the form, sound, smell, taste, all this what you see means I see you. All this you see, colors, light, tangent, the Vajrayogini, all that is real. All that rubber. Oh, that is what do you believe? I'm real. This I want real happiness. I'm suffer real. Everything is real. You see? That rubber. You have to understand. Otherwise, rubber. What are you going to think? But like. You take drugs and then you get all kinds of hallucinations. Somebody get singing mandala. Some people get some goodies, but some all kinds of, after taking, that's one example, drug, and then all kinds of things. See, now, exactly same. Right now, what the way things appear to you, how you believe things, real, or exactly same. You have to know that. That is something that is real, wrong. Exactly same. I said exactly same is dream. I said, Papa, since came here, I've been talking that. This is a real dream. There is such thing. There is such a real thing. There is such a real Vajrayogini. There is such a Mickey Mouse. Sand over there. There is such thing. You know, the way it appears real, and you believe real. There is such thing in the reality. It's all rub-rib. It's all rub-rib. Everybody should understand today. Rub-rib. It's incredible meditation. It's an unbelievable meditation. So, the good baby. Your baby. Baby's baby. So, and so you should know. So important. All the hallucination. Your whole world is a hallucination. You see, I told Madras and so Washington, I was there for 1 or 2 months. So I was supposed to go for a walk every day, to exercise the body. But one day I went long walk to a little bit longer from the house to the main road where the car, no other people go. So I went. I don't remember what did come to the main road, but that day I'm not sure. Maybe close to that. So there was a Raja and the sheriff, and there was 2 monks of the house, Tachin and Tenzin. Tachin came from Nalanda. He was studying philosophy, but he was much long, so he could not study. So he came there to main service. There's offerings, big, large, so many water offerings, and there's a garden outside to the ground medicine Buddha. There's a matter of the volcanoes stone from Indonesia, and then later I have the Kasa stone, this from Bindam. The large, beginning your size. The Amitabha Buddha. What is the name of the stone? What is the name of the stone? Marble, from Vietnam. So then I sent the eyes, painted the eyes, and sent it from Kasha, to them to make that. But they have their own way, kind of close eyes, and not they have their own style. So our style is the intervention of the text. But the person was so used to it, they were so carved that way. So they made their own way. So then Gelek, ex-monk from Kapan, who accompanied the artist, so up down after painting the Kalachara temple, and he got a degree from the private office in there. So he came, he was invited in the fix, I think 2 times. Work was done 2 times, and then it was not finished. With the throne complete, not finished. Amazing. The different animals, and the artists came from North Carolina who helped her to build the Lama Geshe-Lama Kunto's stupa. Eshkapan, the big one. So he helped. He came 2 times and then I finished. Yeah. So, so the plants, flower plants around also. Anyway, they maintain the offerings in the house. The intention, so that he does the consultation. Been doing for some years. He studied and then he passed, and then that's how he's been doing. Now he does by telephone. So, so both of them come with me. So I explained them. Go down, then impermanence that there's a certain number of seconds from now until you die. So it's finishing so fast. Finishing the number of seconds is finishing, running so fast, finishing. So we are getting close to death so fast. So they're also getting close to death, to Lordism, not just on death, but the biggest fear is that after death, getting close to death, Lordism, so fast. If it's not, if you didn't purify, you didn't practice Dharma in the life, and then that's we'll go down mental like that. Then come up, explain them the reproducing object, gakcha. I explained them, just introduce, and then didn't come up with the mindfulness, namely, looking at everything what appear real. Everything what appear real. And then looking at them hallucination as it is hallucination. So come up with that, walk with that mindfulness. So as we're doing that, then it looked like just, of course, what should be done to you completely realize and continue the meditation, you see. That's what should be done. But, just because I did a short time, the mindfulness mental that will come up. So, was it the Amitabha people and their house where I go for retreat do not exist. It's like you look at the Vajrayogini, then you see for your mind, it doesn't exist. You get close to that. Actually, it's not there. The reality, the real one is not there. See, it's like you get very close to reality, kind of like that. Actually, also, you are supposed to totally see empty. You're supposed to see empty, and then continue with that realization, that meditation, continue with and make strong. So then gradually you see things as illusion, mid-level. You realize the mid-level of my mind, and it's an illusion, you see, gradually, So, but of course, that, of course, I didn't do that, so it didn't happen that. So, but it was very surprising. It was very surprising, very surprising. So that means the whole world is like, that means not only Washington, the whole world. Your view of the whole world is like that. What you believe, all the time, believe appear, real appear, and believe real is true. Your whole world, your view of the whole world is like that. Doesn't exist. What appear real to you, then we believe doesn't exist. So Rabri Kama, Rabri, or that one. You understand? You must know. Otherwise, Rabri is but you don't know what Rabri is. Now you're going to meditate. Yeah. Oh, that's the thing. See, this is a basic meditation in the Vajrayogini retreat. Basic, like water, food, water. You know, water is basic thing they use for food or flour or, right? I mean, whatever the basic food. No? Then you make all kinds of shape, all mixed with that thing. But okay, like the water, like the rice, whatever, flour, flour, you make all kinds of water, like basic things, flour, all like that. So this should be basic mindfulness. Show that, you see. Or you're eating, or even you're in a good bed, or you're washing, or walking around, time travel, whatever. Is that awareness. So of course, you can think of different quotations. So I mentioned those two quotations. Those very good. And then another quotation you invented a meaning. So even you're going to shopping, even you're going shopping, mental with that. You go and come back, you do shopping with that awareness. Even you're going for pilgrimage, that's the best pilgrimage. You make a pilgrimage so meaningful. It's a pilgrimage with the bodhicitta, pilgrimage with the, not just only motivation, but even during the kind of walking, seeing whole object, bodhicitta with the emptiness. So three meditation, eyes blind, all that. That's the first one. Looking at the hallucination, looking hallucination, that which is hallucination. So the pilgrimage, for many months pilgrimage, the sightseeing, either you're doing for tour, sightseeing, or pilgrimage, whatever. You see, it means sightseeing, so it's so rich. Your experience, you're going by sightseeing, but it's different from the normal tourist sightseeing. Your sightseeing becomes dharma. You see, the Lamrim practice, meditating, three principal aspects of path to enlightenment. Your sightseeing, renunciation, then there's bodhicitta, emptiness. Like that. So, or something else can pilgrimage with the Lamrim, like that. And this is without talking tantra practice. So, very real pilgrimage, very rich, not just only, seeing, like the tourist, I've been there, I've seen this, I've seen that, even a lot of stories, I've seen this, just to make that story, not. So, to purify your mind, to purify your nikayama, that's in the whole object, to help your mind to purify and to plunge into enlightenment, to the reborn Lord, to free samsara and to reach enlightenment. So everything there. It's so pilgrimage, so more harder, more you experience, more problem, harder it is, pilgrimage. It's better, more powerful to purify your mind. Because when we were going, Chimi Changju Doji, which is in the prayer, so because the car, remember the car, someone so could not go up street, so our jeep had to pull out something. So we said, harder is it, it's great purification when you do pilgrimage. So that, So with that also you can recite Vajrasava mantra or Guru mantra or different things, different prayer, Lama Samandra or the Lama Mingmetsevi, Lama Tungava Guriya. So while you're doing pilgrimage, all you're doing sightseeing, you see. So then, as it is, you're on the retreat, same, here you're doing pilgrimage, you're moving around, but at the same time, during that 1 month, 2 months, you finish huge number of the mantras to his blessing, which makes for his blessing. You see, to become closer to yourself, to bring closer to the deity, Guru deity. So pursue the holy mind. So you can, if you, those who can, you can do like that. It becomes for you becomes retreat by the way. You see, while you're traveling, become pilgrimage. So those become retreat. You see, same as that, sitting retreat. So it's very life becomes so meaningful, productive. Okay. Okay, now meditation. So I want you to understand what rub is. You understand? That's rub joti, but it's rub. Your real life, what? Rub. So it's a hallucination. So. So on the basis of that, Lamri meditation, then we do that with Vajrayana, secret mantra Vajrayana, the highest standard, Vajrayogini, all like that. And that's the correct way to practice. Without emptiness, I told you, without emptiness, then the mind focuses on the deities' holy body, Vajrayogini. Then the part of wisdom is missing. Emptiness is not there, part of wisdom is missing. So only focus on the deities' holy body, so it's not become Vajrayana. You see, the wisdom is missing. So it is like one bird who has only one wing can't fly. So you see, you need Lamrim. You think Lamrim is something very down, very low practice. I want to practice Vajrayogini. Something high. No way to practice Vajrayogini without understanding Lamrim. I mean, of course you can start. I mean, you can go to Pure Land with much devotion if you don't know text. With much faith to recite mantra, strong faith to Guru deity. And of course, if you recite mantra, then you can go to Pure Land. So even just from that. So it is said in the Rur Tantra text. In the Hiruka Rur text, it's mentioned. In the prayer to born Pure Land, by just reciting, you are able to accomplish him. Although this was easy. To be born. I gave example stories before. To be born Pure Land, like that. Kishira told me that 2 days ago, one monk, I think from Bakso, not one monk, Saramera, monk, who always walked in the kitchen, and he kind of doesn't show, I mean, no Dharma, always dedicated his life all in the kitchen, all his life. And recently passed away, 2 days ago. But he died, but he was in meditation. Even you don't know, there was no, didn't show anything that he knew Dharma. Always dedicated, always he's dedicated, the organ for others. So, I mean, always in the kitchen. So 2 days ago he died, but he was in meditation. Can you imagine? There are many monks like that. Someone somebody who is expert, I'm not never. And that no matter, there's a debating day. So I can learn that, so there's no kind of, see, many times, with a very good heart. Most important, you have to understand, very good heart. Yes, very good heart, that monk who died in meditation. Then, of course, that means he was a strong devotion to his guru. So, that means good samaya. So even there's not much intellectual about Dharma. Probably you know more. Probably many of you receive teachings, you know more than probably there are many monks who don't know much, but you know more. You understand? But when they pass away, incredible. Normally it's not a special monk, but when they pass away, meditation, everybody is surprised. Surprised that monk. That happened many times in the monastery like this. So I wanted to write a book. The Geshe-la's brother in the Lama Tsongkhapa, he mentioned me some stories. There's one monk, sorry, my talk is getting long. There's one monk, so famous, angry. So famous, everybody knows that he's so angry. You know, all the monks they know, they're afraid to talk to him. So after say a few words, they get angry. Then what happened? When he died in meditation. Then everybody was so surprised. The Chingwe. He knows. Yeah, that happened. So you have to know, you see, very angry, but you see, so famous. But the outside aspect is one thing. One thing is not sure whether he is like that. As we see, whether he is like that in reality, not sure. Not sure. That you have to understand. You have to understand. Sometimes they can Buddha, sometimes they can Bodhisattva. Yes, holy beings. But outside show ordinary aspect. You understand? I told you many times. I went through the quotations of what Buddha said. I told you many times, besides many times, about the Jagini. You remember when you go to the 24 places, then you see the Jagini, ordinary being. I haven't told you much about it. So, Vajrayogini, but it's very ordinary, very suffering lady kind of there. That time, you see. You think you always irritating, none of it. Much suffering, you see. So that's wrong. Because our mind is so ordinary, so Kandala also telling me, she saw those holy places. So anyway, that. So we see. So probably you see a short aspect like that. But probably in reality, maybe it's not like that. So then during death meditation, others can't meditate. Can't meditate. Reality like that, as English for everybody. Can't meditate. So monastery has so many monks passing away like that. So I want to make book that can be very useful in the monastery to respect other monks. You see, very ordinary monk, there's no dharma, there's no debate, blah, 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 blah. You see? But reality not like that. So when they over there, you see there's a special being shows. When they die, that shows wonderful. They do wonderful things. So everybody's so surprised. Wow. Many times, not just one monk, many times it happens. Not necessarily learned it in the philosophy, no. So, but she did, Geshe-la brother did write, I waited for 1 or 2 years, but he did write book, but that's only, did not mention about much of death. And some quotations, so it was good, but not much story. So I said, how they died, that should be dying. Yeah. But I think it's useful. Also, many monks and Jitujime, one attended, 10th, he couldn't come here. So he says, in Tantra college, many older monks, many monks with the past meditation, many monks. So as I told you already, they do, great Samajamana, Jasamara, practice 3 days. That's one reason. There are other reasons, but many of them. So those who were old, also very sincere, very good heart, and there was strong, good devotion also. So that all like that. But it was in the West, even not particularly believing reincarnation karma, but who have a very good heart normally, live life with very good heart, thinking of others. So they don't much fear when they die. Very happy minds in the West. One I was doing a retreat in Adelaide, and there's one student, she worked at the news, told news, 6,000 people listening, and I forgot the name. So I was listening, during my retreat, I was listening to her talk. And there was one lady, she says she knows where she's going, means after this life, where she's going, she knows. She says she's not afraid. But the man who introduced her, one who interviewed her is not the student lady, but the man who was with her in the same office. So he didn't ask questions, because for him to hear that, it's I don't know, maybe kind of fairy tale, or I'm not sure what. Doesn't fit to his mind. Not interesting for his mind. Not interesting. Talking about life like this. Not interesting. Something which he haven't thought, and I think. But I was ready to ask questions to the lady, to ask further questions. I was ready. He didn't do. He didn't know why and reasons. He didn't ask. So that's a great education for rest of thousands of people who are listening news. And great education for them, you see, to hear her experience. But he didn't do. He just left that. He went on another talk. So okay. Okay, now we meant to see. Okay. So I want to introduce you today. Rib. Understand? Oh, God. Sonam diye tabje sibayi bhavantunu junje gadanadan chive latreve sive tsore ruwan ruwan mesan jemen shera para jema jemen ga nange ngo ni sozaran re che che tuzan jave yon la cha
I prostrate to the three noble rare sublime ones. Thus did I hear at one time. The Bhagavan was dwelling on Master Fulgus Mountain in Vajrayogini, together with a great community of monks and a great community of bodhisattvas. At that time, the Bhagavan was absorbed in the concentration on the categories of phenomena called profound perception. Also at that time, the Bodhisattva Mahasattva Arya Avalokiteshvara looked upon the very practice of the profound perfection of wisdom and beheld those 5 aggregates also as empty of inherent nature. Then, through the power of Buddha, the Venerable Shariputra said this to the Bodhisattva Mahasattva Arya Avalokiteshvara: how should any son of the lineage train who wishes to practice the activity of the profound perfection of wisdom? He said that, and the Bodhisattva Mahasattva Arya Avalokiteshvara said this to the Venerable Shariputra: Shariputra, any son of the lineage or daughter of the lineage who wishes to practice the activity of the profound perfection of wisdom should look upon it like this, correctly and repeatedly beholding those 5 aggregates also as empty of inherent nature. Form is empty, emptiness is form. Emptiness is not other than form. Form is also not other than emptiness. In the same way, feeling, discrimination, compositional factors, and consciousness are empty. Shariputra, likewise, all phenomena are emptiness, without characteristic, unproduced, unceased, stainless, not without stain, not deficient, not fulfilled. Shariputra, therefore, in emptiness there is no form, no feeling, no discrimination, no composition of factors, no consciousness, no eye, no ear, no nose, no tongue, no body, no mind, no visual form, no sound, no odor, no taste, no object of touch, and no phenomenon. There is no I element, and so on, up to and including no mind element, and no mental consciousness element. There is no ignorance, no extinction of ignorance, and so on, up to and including no aging and death, and no extinction of aging and death. Similarly, there is no suffering, origination, cessation, and path. There is no exalted wisdom, no attainment, and also no non-attainment. Shariputra, therefore, because there is no attainment, bodhisattvas rely on and dwell in the perfection of wisdom, the mind without obscuration and without fear. Having completely passed beyond error, they reach the end point of nirvana. All the Buddhas who dwell in the 3 times also manifestly, completely awaken to unsurpassable, perfect, complete enlightenment in reliance on the perfection of wisdom. Therefore, the mantra of the perfection of wisdom, the mantra of great knowledge, the unsurpassed mantra, the mantra equal to the unequaled, the mantra that thoroughly pacifies all suffering, should be known as truth, since it is not false. The mantra of the perfection of wisdom is declared: Tayata Om Gate Gate Para Gate Para Samgate Bodhi Soha. Shariputra, the Bodhisattva Mahasattva should train in the profound perfection of wisdom like that. Then the Bhagavan arose from that concentration and commanded the Bodhisattva Mahasattva Arya Avalokiteshvara, saying: well said, son of the lineage, it is like that. It is like that. One should practice the profound perfection of wisdom just as you have indicated. Even the Tathagatas rejoice. The Bhagavan having thus spoken, the Venerable Shariputra, the Bodhisattva Mahasattva Arya Avalokiteshvara, and those surrounding in their entirety, along with the world of the gods, humans, asuras, and Gandharvas, were overjoyed and highly praised that spoken by the Bhagavan. I and all surrounding sentient beings take refuge in the Buddha, take refuge in the Dharma, take refuge in the Sangha. We prostrate to the Great Mother Prajnaparamita, surrounded by all the children and by the assemblies of Buddhas and Bodhisattvas of the 10 directions. By depending on my prostrations to all of you, may these words of truth be actualized. In the past, the Deva king Indra dispelled the Maras by reflecting on the profound meaning of the wisdom gone beyond and reciting the profound words in daily recitation. In that same way, I also reflect on the profound meaning of the Great Mother Prajnaparamita and recite the profound words in daily recitation. May all diseases, spirit possessions, bad conditions, all the negative directions which happen due to past karma and immediate conditions be dispelled. May they become non-existent. May they be pacified.
What is after that? Lamp is taken.
From the holy supreme realm of Kichara, You who possess powers of clairvoyance and magical emanation, look after practitioners like a mother looks after her children. To the hosts of the kinis of the three abodes, I prostrate. Akasamara Tsatsadara Samaraya.
Akasamara
Samaraya pe Tayata Gate Gate Para Sam Gate Bodhi Soha Papa Kunshuk Sumgi Kaye Dampe Topki Chia Dopa Gyochi Mepa Gyochi Shiva Gyochi Drage Bachi Mintun Chipan Damche Shinti Kuriya Soha Gary Tantra Gyoshu Jiwada Minton Nepe Kendan Dwelwada Tumpa Drupchi Prince of Sugyo Paye Trashi De Kyang Den Dia De Leksho
Vajrayana Rangi Chu open the dialogue to Sambaya Yogo Dakabu the Tani and the Jesan Jerusalem. Pinto Jova Yaptaka to the Yunta and the Jeda Peme Junior Shiva to Gadavet, Hungatanga Jikoale, the Zikawa Jimba and the Jambara Juru Umbaza Hirugasa. Mazayra Gaza, the Maimana Balay, the Shama, so Shama, Welcome to the Samaya Zado negative karmas collected with the Bodhisattva mind from beginning to birth, and both about the march about the 700 pounds. They have in negative karma collected with the Guru there. Brought harmed the holy body from beginning to birth. Brought advice from beginning to birth. Disturb the whole mind. And then devotion taught us bit little that up to now, they're totally purified, totally gone. Feel totally purified, your mental continuum. Then Guru Vajrayogini was saying that obscuration collected with the birth mind from beginning to birth. The Bhagan Samaya, all the vices collected from beginning to birth up to now are totally purified, completely purified. Feel that. The Guru Vajrayogini is before that, just before that, Guru Vajrayogini said, before that, I jumped there. To not commit against the four power, practice limited four powers. From now on, what I can abandon, I will abandon the vices, the vows and the about the mother, what now what I can, what I can't. This is so difficult ones. And then, I practice 1 day or 1 hour. I practice 1 day or 1 hour or minute or a few seconds. So there's some. So this way there's some truth. Not completely lie. The specific time I met it, but yes, the extremely difficult, the subtle ones, so that also to keep to a short time, so that. Then absorbed, Bodhisattva absorbed, Father Mother absorbed. So absorbed to also a subtle body, speech, mind, the heart, the center channel, and then the inside the center channel. In the center channel, at the heart, there's the indestructible seed, half white and half red. So inside the indestructible seed forever. The half red, half white one is that until death is indestructible. When you die, then it opens. Then there's inside one is a subtle, extremely subtle body and mind, and so indestructible forever. Those two. So absorbed to that. Then the indestructible, the subtle wind becomes the holy body, and then the part of that 5-color beam that becomes the speech, and then it's a subtle mind, because Vajrasattva is a holy mind, or Vajrasattva is a holy mind. To maintain that. Then you can edit this in emptiness. There's no, in the emptiness there's an I, there. There's no action. There is no object. Generally, answer Vajrayogini. You need to bless the inner offering and not to bless the trauma.
So page 6 in the prayer for Vajrayogini commentary. Blessed Dharma. Namo Aganaryo Be Amazamba Dhamma Zamba Shuddha Dhamma Nidhi Jira Dhamma Ngale Leno Rane Male Mego Jiva Singe Tinta Ale Tavaya Singe Jiva Nigan Amagada Onara Zinga Lamba Mamba Onara Changa Yiga Tetaga No Ye Member Teve Nagazina Chua Chua Nataga Tendo Only Tive Katanga Kaba Kotu Nechua Tabal Tente Mujo Tajan the Juro Tia Tendo Yansaga Tabatunda never Oma on the Jiro there Chua Chua Tiji Mapa Tantamata Tukani Is you to do an enemy member in Bavara Jo Mo
There's benefits of trauma offering. There's Mitu Dawa, the great Pandit was there. By offering trauma, you succeed all your wishes by offering trauma. Succeed your actions. So, there's more quotation, but I don't remember by heart. So I will tell you next time. Yeah. So the main one is achieve enlightenment for sentencing. Free the sentencing from the ocean sometimes, bring to enlightenment. That's the main wish. But then you see, to practice Dharma, to be able to practice Dharma, anything what you need for that, yes, for that. I mean, to benefit from sentient being, to benefit from sentient being and teaching Buddha, whatever is needed, you see. So success that is a very powerful thing, the trauma offering. So, as I told you already during the talk, that generated Guru deity. Never, there is no deity without Guru. There is not. All the Buddhas came from the Guru. So, but I have to tell another time that reason. How all the Buddhas came from Guru, I have to tell another time. It's mentioned the Lama Chaba. So there is no dharma offering of the deity which is not Guru. There is no such thing. Deity doesn't exist. Deity doesn't exist. Without Guru, there is no deity. So it's always good. Religious practice is always using Guru. That's the main focus of Guru. So, okay, so Vajrayogini, and then oceans of talk as Dharma. There's a great like sky, infinite bliss, non-worldly emptiness. So, I mean, numberless. Generated infinite bliss, like skies of bliss, in the holy mind of the deity, non-dual emptiness. So all that. It's not that Guru doesn't have that, doesn't possess that. Not that. That's wrong. If you offer like this, it could create cause for you to achieve the Guru as quick as possible, to achieve the Dharmakaya of the deity, Guru deity, as quick as possible. Or for you, it happens for you. It's not that the Guru doesn't have that. The Guru deity doesn't have that. No, that's not the reason. Vajrayogini sabari vare aragamba debu.
Bonanza con Roma con Roma io con lo siamo da niente cosa la già ma jinga da con Roma con da da già siamo da na Roma con Dragon so the beginning, where comes the beginning of sadhana? rangi daga da ne ba yi o de de ma 최근에 시절로 사왔던 짠장 저도 이게 또 가봤게 되거든요. 저 이든데 지난주에 거기 제가 저는 그냥 홍어를 저 가봤는데 그 어제지 보고 잔에서 저 엄마가가에서 버지는 자나다 뭐서 엄마가가 이래서 so America band and 최근에 저를 잡는 자도 엄마 하자말로 리자말 저번에 제가 세서 간다말로 저도 빠져가 되죠. 저번에 저는 저도 제가 산에 매점 넣어주던 게 가지고 오늘 그냥 들다고 더 스킬을 좀 protect from at the end. Over there, so placing that. Oma ahum hao, Oma ahum hao, Oma ahum hao. rangi tuge banyele oche che no jo je kan do pa zhi da ba ye ko dan je ba jen da ja da je je bu de zhen de so wa ju geraz como con eso si se ma sa de
Ita baranda khaga khayo gara como con si me sana de bada ma bi ita baranda khaga khayo am gara como con so si me sana de bada ma khaga khayo am gara como con so si me sana de bada ma baranda khaga khayo Amasijimana Mapan Adipati, but the Mabinda Aragam Pande Pu Diva Alo Kende Nindi Shadabata. Oh, Garas Goma Gundazoma. Oh, India to now the prayer to the lineage lamas.
Page 21.
So the way the Kapjitsan recite this not just sorry. As a liberative beginning. Also, if you don't have much time, you can chant liberty, then you can do cook away, you can recite like that. You can change. Oh, Yahweh, you enjoy and do Jama Jaze to Oyanaro Tavage so I de Solinge Ezem Sanjelo Jedembe Pademba Sanje Gunje Deju Sherade Sangaya Dengada Maleja So I de Soile Yezen Doje Tawala Sajaba Doje Se Joje Tuizonamazin Doje Zembe Doje Traveja So de Solenye Saja Ben Jaga Jenge
sa so je go so ya ba be sa je te san je che je so de so len je ne je che be wa jo da za trai bo ba cho jo ge be de be che je cho re ni je na da ya wa de so len de da zen ro ye jang ja da ni chen be ja na ge zen da zen je lo je ja de so de so on the solen ye che so de ji kun je lan je ne zo be de ji ma da lo san de ji ben ge ji mi mo ja so on the solen je na ra ga je min ra la san ne na ra ba chen le ba dam ba la na ra the Jigo Band and the Jitum, and the Jitum. So on the Zolan, yes, Sunju Teddy, Trevor, Content, Sunju Lamdan, Awang, Sunju Ninjun, the Zochen, Sunju Teddy, Trevor. Sunju Lamdan, Awang, getting last on the Zolan. Javier Losan, Javier, Tam Zimbe, so Malu to Jamie Johnson to get to the Tangi. Jazanga, Jinja, so on the Zon, there's several other lamas, but so, that's a give you single attention, but and the give you song, so this, yeah, there's several other lamas. Jirin Samo, Gaju, Nanjo, Danzo, Ume, Nanjo. The land is Kaja Gobando or mental offering. The then certificate to Tabu Santa. This not the other long chanting the Tabu Santa. This what
what I started from Kapon, from beginning course, then it went all the FM centers. But that's not exactly. That is not exactly according to the Tabu Sangta, but there's a sort of close, but not exactly Tabu Sangta. That doesn't become exact, but that doesn't matter. Okay, chanting that one.
Shinkambu ajo benzabumea o washek segi sashi o benzarikia